There is always going to be a best and worst character. Tier lists exist no matter how balanced a game is, and until we're all playing mirror matches, it's an undeniable fact of life. In the modern day, however, developers are far more aware of what defines the top tier and how to make a conscious effort to ensure that overall the gaps of power are far smaller than they've ever been. At least that's what you would think they're doing. 2011 saw the release of Street Fighter IV Arcade Edition, which brought about a balance patch and 4 new characters, Evil Ryu, Oni, Yun and Yang. There was quickly a follow-up patch in 2012, but the year before that was defined by 2 things, Yun and Yang. Yun especially was busted. Now, who knows how the meta could have evolved if we let Arcade Edition rock for another year, but we saw the likes of Daigo, Momochi, Kendevu and way more pick up Yun and find immediate success. What makes this so interesting is the fact that it was intentional. In a translated interview with Famitsu, Ono said this: "The home version of Super Street Fighter IV was made with extremely good balance. Arcade Edition on the other hand has some characters who were purposely made strong. The reason this was done is because Ono feels that having such a character helps build community and competitive spirit." I kind of understand the sentiment here. There are a few things more satisfying than watching a top tier get whacked up on a big stage, but in retrospect it was unnecessary. Like I said at the start, there is always going to be a best character, you don't have to force it. Eventually the meta will evolve and someone will come out on top. The narrative of Yun versus the world didn't even really work that well. The story of EVO 2011 is now about Fudo's Faye, Latif C Viper or Punko's Seth. There are a couple of cool notes like Flash Metroid picking up Zangief to counter Yun for sure, but more often than not, the presence of a character like Yun just serves to silence the lower tiers and doesn't really do that much to improve the hype around the mid to high tiers. What fuels that competitive spirit Ono is talking about is when a player is able to dominate like a top tier, driving everyone to try and dethrone them, coming up with new strategies and playing harder. That's where the storylines come from, not a top tier itself.